Man, it started on one of those muggy Seattle afternoons. The kind where the rain's holding off, but the air's thick enough to chew, and I'm pulling into our driveway in Cedar Ridge after dragging my son Max to the dentist. Braces check. You know, the usual torture session. When I spot this woman at our front door, fiddling with a key like she owns the place. That's Vicky Harlan, our HOA boss lady, all decked out in her flashy green jacket that screams, "I'm in charge here." And before I can even yell, the door cracks open. Max is standing there like a ghost, staring her down, calm as ice, saying, "Ms. Harlan, one more twist, and this lock pings every neighbor with video proof." She yanks back like she's been shocked, snaps the door shut with this fake casual vibe, adjusts her shiny HOA badge, and strolls off like she was just dropping off cookies. Left me boiling, heart pounding, because that wasn't some neighborly pop-in. That was a straight-up invasion, and seeing the fear flicker in Max's eyes. My quiet 15-year-old who buries himself in code to forget the world. Yeah, that hit deep, turned my gut inside out, made me realize our so-called safe suburb was a trap. And Vicky. She wasn't just nitpicking lawns, she was hungry for control. The kind that comes from knowing your secrets, wielding that master key like a weapon to keep folks scared and compliant. We'd moved to Cedar Ridge 2 years back after losing my wife to cancer, chasing that brochure dream. Wide streets, a little pond, families waving hello, thinking it'd give Max a soft landing, pull him out of his shell where he'd retreated after her funeral, just him and his laptop, building worlds in Python that made more sense than the real one. Vicky ran the HOA like her personal empire, finding folks for flower beds an inch off code or trash bins visible from the curb. But it was the whispers that got me. Old Mrs. Fletcher next door muttering over the fence about medals moved in her drawer, or my buddy Tom laughing it off as paranoia when I mentioned a coffee cup shifted in my kitchen. But catching her red-handed? That flipped the switch. Her motive was pure power trip, twisted from some ego need to dominate, maybe born from her own empty life. But she targeted loners like us, widows and kids, figuring we wouldn't fight back, using rules as a smokescreen to snoop, collect dirt, keep the neighborhood under her thumb. I confronted her right there, voice low but edged. "Vicky, that's the last time you step foot in my home without a court order. Got it?" She doesn't even turn, just tosses over her shoulder with that condescending sniff. "Watch your tone, Ben. Remember who keeps this place civilized." And walks off, leaving me fuming, Max silent but eyes burning. And that's when I knew this wasn't ending with a polite note. It was war, quiet at first, but building because no one messes with a dad's instinct to shield his boy. That night over pizza, Max poking at his slice, me staring at the wall. We talk it out, him asking soft, "She can't just do that, right, Dad?" And me admitting, "Yeah, legally no, but with her stacking the board, it's her game. No proof means we're sunk." But Max, this kid who's more comfortable with algorithms than people, gets this spark, says, "Cameras are too obvious. She'll skirt 'em. We need something smarter. A setup that pulls her in." His plan? Genius level sneaky. A fake community security app, all shiny with dashboards and feeds, baited for her ego. Make her think she's getting God mode access to spy on everyone, but really, it's logging her every click. Building a file on her obsession. I hesitate. Risky as hell, borderline vigilante. But seeing his fire, that rare confidence, I nod. "Let's build it, kid." And our garage turns into command central. Dummy cams blinking outside. Max coding nights away, fueled by sodas and that quiet rage, adding fake resident files with planted gotchas like a phony garage edition in Mr. Donnelly's yard. My pal Tom drops by, sees the wires and screens, cracks up. "You two starting a spy agency? This lady's gonna sue you back to the Stone Age." But even he admits it's brilliant. Stupidly so, and as Vicky slaps us with a bogus fine for our backyard solar lights. "Aesthetic violation," she calls it. Really just payback. I head to the HOA meet. Heart thumping, stand up defeated like, "Vicky, I get it, security matters. Installed this new system, granting you admin rights for the good of Cedar Ridge." Her eyes light up like Christmas. "How responsible, Ben. I'll accept on behalf of us all." Thinking she's won. But back home, Max texts, "She's logging in already," and the counterattack's on, slow and sweet. Watching her from our hidden dashboard felt like peeking behind the curtain. First days, she's poking around, drunk on fake power. Then bam, she bites, pulls a phony shed pic from Mr. Donnelly's file, slaps him with a $400 fine. Him storming the next meet red-faced, "This is bull. There's no shed." And Vicky cool as ever. The system's clear, dear. Evidence doesn't lie. Gaslighting the room while we log it all. Her motive crystal now. Not just control, but cruelty. Feeding off humiliating folks to mask her loneliness or whatever demon drives her. It eats at me. Donnelly's a retiree, hurt real bad. But Max whispers, "Let her dig deeper, Dad. It's her rope." And sure enough, she schedules a solo check on our place. Assuming we're out. Slips in with that key. Smirks scanning rooms. Hooks her laptop to our Wi-Fi. Boom, the real trap snaps. Max mirroring her screen, catching chats with some shady R. Vance about fencing valuables from scouted homes, her sprinkling white powder on our table, snapping pics for an anonymous cop tip to frame me as a dealer. My blood boils. This wasn't HOA BS. It was a full-on crime ring using her position to case houses, sell intel to thieves, planting evidence to silence threats, all from some twisted greed mixed with her power lust. And as she types, "Got the Martins jewelry list. Buyers ready." I nearly lose it. But Max, steady as steel, captures every frame, every keystroke, turning her venom back on her. We compile it into a 5-minute bomb. Her entry, the chats, the plant, captioned clean. And as Vicky opens the HOA meet that night, smug at the podium, "We've got disruptive elements to address, folks. Safety first." I stand, voice even. "Hold up, Vicky. Got a video on that." Max hits send. Phones buzzing neighborhood-wide with the link. Gasps rippling as screens light up her crimes. Her face crumbling from triumph to terror, muttering, This is fake." But the room's erupting. Donnelly yelling, "You framed me too?" And right then, doors bang open. Cops marching in. "Vicky Harlan, you're under arrest. Burglary conspiracy. Evidence tampering." Cuffing her as she wilts. No fight left. Just a broken bully hauled out under those harsh lights she once ruled from. The detective pulls me aside, eyes wide at Max's setup. Kid's a wizard. Dismantled a 6-month ring, offering him a spot in our cyber unit paid internship, and watching Max explain his code to the tech guys, beaming for the first time in years, hits me profound. What started as protecting our home birthed a bond unbreakable. Turned my boy from shadow to spotlight. But man, it lingers. Was our digital revenge justice or too far blurring lines in a world where tech lets anyone play God? What about you? Ever deal with a neighbor tyrant where the fight got personal? Or think tech traps like this cross ethical lines? Drop a comment. Spill your take on right versus risky. Like if it hooked you, subscribe for more real twists that make you question community chaos. Ethan stays ice cool, capturing it all. Chats, planting, email in a tidy video bomb. And as rage boils in me, he says, "Perfect, Dad. Now the world's gonna see." That evening's meeting, Susan at the podium, oozing confidence, launches into addressing problematic elements. Eyes on me like prey, but I rise. Hold up. One quick presentation on true community safety. And Ethan hits send. Phones buzz neighborhood-wide with the video link. Gasps erupt as screens light with her break-in, criminal chats, the powder sprinkle. Folks' faces twist from shock to fury. Susan paling, fumbling her phone as her own link stares back, crumbling under the weight. Doors burst. Cops stride in. "Susan Hargrove, you're under arrest. B&E, conspiracy, false report." Cuffing her as she wilts. No fight left. Just a broken shell led away amid whispers turning to cheers. In the chaos, a detective pulls me aside. "That data dump we got anonymously? Prograde? Your kid's work?" I nod, proud scared, but he grins at Ethan. "Son, you cracked a ring hitting 3 counties. We've got a cyber internship, paid if you're game." Ethan's eyes widen, beaming. This kid who built a trap from grief, now a hero. Our bond unbreakable. Willow Ridge free at last. But here's the thing that nags me still. Was our digital vigilante justice too far, blurring lines between right and revenge, or was it the only way to topple a tyrant when the system's rigged? What do you think? Drop a comment below, share if you've battled HOA hell or seen community power go rotten. And let's debate. When does fighting back cross into the gray? Hit like if this hit home, subscribe for more real talk tales. Your stories might inspire the next one.